Okay, welcome to all people who used to watch us or still watch us on YouTube. We're talking today to an old glory of Irish cycling.
Less of the old.
Well, sort of. Well,
Nearly past it.
In Belfast, and especially here in the area, the beautiful area of the Falls, he's a legend, you know. And the man's name is Joe Smyth. Now, Joe was an international rider for many, many years. Then he went to Canada, done a bit of racing there, then came back here. He won about all the races he can win in Ireland, done the RAS, done the Tour of Belgium, done the Tour of Britain. Now, it's so much. I'm going to let Joe talk a bit more about his career. But Joe, first of all, thanks for sitting here with us in your hometown. Tell me a bit about your racing life.
Well, racing life itself, in our days itself, we had the Tour of Ireland. It's similar to the RAS itself. The politics separated the sport for a while here, you know, but then they started to catch on and said, right, you know, let's all work together, it's a good idea. So I rode eight Tour of Irelands. And well, it was fairly well placed, most of them, you know. Winning stage, never won it overall.
Right.
Was second one year to my clubmate Maurice Foster.
Yes.
Cyprus.
Who's now an OBE, Maurice.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my OBE.
Yes, yeah. Well, you get them eventually. Now, after you've been here with us on YouTube, you know, they cannot look next to you anymore. They're gonna have to take you, Joe.
Well,
you know?
maybe.
Your good friend Toby Watson recommended to me, Danny, you have to have a word with that man. Tell me a bit about your racing in Canada and how did you get there? You know, what was the reason of getting there?
Well, the strange thing about it, I was at Commonwealth Games in '70, Commonwealth Games in '74. I met this guy called Max Grace, New Zealander, who was living in Vancouver. And I said to him after the race in New Zealand, brilliant place. He says, well, why don't you emigrate? Too far away from home. So he says, look, I live in Vancouver. So that's how I ended up in Vancouver in '75. So I stayed in Vancouver and had maybe about 6 months out in '75. Started racing again in '76. I rode the cross there, won the cyclocross championship in '76. And then I won the road race championship in '77. I was never there long enough to have my citizenship. Other than that, there was one regret: I wasn't able to get a national jersey for Canada.
Right.
But I competed in Edmonton in '78 for Northern Ireland, and basically we came back in '84. My wife took MS in '82. She was paralysed overnight. She was pregnant with our last child, which went ahead and had it. That last child now is Kathleen. She's 31. She lives in Dubai and works for Emirates. So she's stewardess.
Yeah.
So I get nice cheap flights.
Oh, right.
But that's how we came back Belfast in '84. But I think more than anything else, probably the strongest person in the house would be my wife. Although she was in a wheelchair, she always said, my legs don't work, but my head still works. Shopping all the time, shopaholic. Electric wheelchair, don't get in her way, you know. But I wouldn't change a thing, no. Married to her for 47 years, and she was my only girlfriend.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
No other girl would have me, mind you know. Couldn't tolerate me.
Must be the looks, Joe.
No, her mother said to me, look, he has a bank book. This was in 66. I had a bank book, no money in it, but we were happy, you know, with six children, so we must have been doing something right.
It's the same with me, Joe. You know, my wife thought that I had a bit of money when I met her here, when I come from the fishing boats, and I met my wife, and I had a bank book as well, but the same as yours, there was a lot of nils on it, you know. Yeah, duck all,
Yeah.
Or feck all, what they would say sometimes around
well,
here.
they say that in Dublin, feck all,
feck all, you know, and that's not swearing, isn't it?
Now, Joe, you done also a bit of enduro things like long distances. Last year you were in Africa.
No. In at a wedding to go to in Melbourne.
Right.
In April.
Yes.
So I decided at the start of February, if I'm going that far, I may as well do a bit of cycling.
Right.
So I ended up into Dubai with my daughter,
Right.
with her for 2 weeks. Then she had a couple of long haul flights, and I said, I'll go over and see the Tour of Oman.
Right.
It was on. I saw the Tour of Dubai,
Yes.
and then went over to see the Tour of Oman. And when I was over in the Tour of Oman, I met one of my heroes,
Who is that? There?
Eddie Merckx.
Oh dear. Right. Very good. Yeah.
I walked up to him and I had our Glendale top on, the colours, you know, the blue and all that, and he thought he was going to be assassinated.
Yeah.
I says, Eddie, this is Joe,
Yeah.
but he still looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yes. He's 70 now as well. You know, he's about.
He's only a young thing.
Yeah. He's a young thing. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you're 73, are you, Joe?
73.
Right. Well, it was a pleasure. I always wanted to talk because I'm doing this winter review, Old Glories, that I call it. You ever heard of a man called P.J. Doyle?
PG.
Doyle. He done his racing in America, but he's from Dundalk. You know, and he was also a race rider in the 60s.
Well, see, this is up until mid-70s.
Right.
Racing here was
Right.
divided into the
yes.
ones who were organised with UCI
Yeah.
and the ones who were
Yeah.
the outlaws.
Yeah.
But we never raced together.
Yes, but PJ then went to America and done most of his racing in America for about 10 years, you know,
Yeah.
so he wouldn't have been not known here, but he was a race. He done the race a few times, so he's a man of the race as well.
Well,
Just,
the guys I would have raced who are in America at present, McCormick's,
yes,
Al
I heard of-
McCormick.
yes, I heard of these names, yeah.
yeah, they rode professional,
Oh, right,
so they did for years itself. We would have rode the Tour of Ireland with them.
So I tried to catch this winter a few Old Glories, you know,
Yeah.
and have a word with them because I'm interested in the past because I'm only here 25 years. I don't know anything what happened before that, you know. So most I know from my ex-brother-in-law Cormac McCann, who tell me a lot
Was
about
he
the
your
race.
brother-in-law?
He was married to my wife's younger sister, you know, a few years ago when we arrived here, 25 years ago. So that's through him that I actually started in the.
Well, I managed
racing.
Cormick in '89 in the
Right.
Ross.
Oh my God!
I was the manager,
Well,
and the four out of 6
Yeah.
finished in the first 10.
Very well. Yeah, so
in the
you-
Ross.
Yeah, so you have been doing a bit of coaching as well then.
Wee bit of coaching, but mainly managing.
Right.
Managed the ladies
Mother-
team to
yes.
Tour Norway.
Yeah.
The first Irish ladies team ever went out, you know.
Right.
And I raced different Irish teams in Germany and things like that there, you know.
Well, Joe, thank you very much for talking
Donny,
to us.
thanks, Phil. My pleasure.
Please keep looking at that name. Joe is well known here, especially VC Glendale. And as you maybe have noticed, it's like little Belgium here with all the Flemish flags, all the Belgian flags, and look, even the colours of
Even the colours.
even the colours of
passion.
Belgium. So I feel quite home here. Thank
Yeah.
you very much, Joe,
Thank
for
you.
talking to us. Cheers.
Thank you.
Right.